Pop Culture Pastor.
All right, Cody. Did you see that movie 1917?
Yes.
It came out in 2017-ish. Like 100 years. I never noticed that, but I think it was 100 years after. Anyways.
Maybe.
If it came out that year. It came out around that time. It was the World War I movie.
Yes.
And it was all one shot.
Yeah. Especially that when they're receiving enemy fire and he's like running across the field.
Yeah.
That's epic.
How does that not win all the awards, by the way? That seems incredibly difficult technically. Did you saw it?
Yes.
I mean, it's amazing. It's an absolutely amazing movie, all done in one shot. And I'm just sitting here going, well, how did they do that? Anyways, that was a great movie. And it was a war movie, so I'll probably never watch it again. I don't like watching war movies. I find that being reminded of human barbarity is not something I like. I bring that up because our episode this week is going to be much like that movie, technically speaking. We're not doing any segments, Cody.
Oh.
All one take.
This is like the movie Rope.
What's Rope? I've never seen that movie.
Oh, that's an Alfred Hitchcock movie with Jimmy Stewart. It's made to look like it was one continuous take, but since the film that they used back then only could do like so much time at once, they cleverly had the transition of film canisters happen right as they're passing across this wall. And so you don't see it as the viewer, and it looks like one continuous shot.
I'm just kind of surprised that Dave's never seen my movie.
Exactly.
That was my Jimmy Stewart. That's all I got. There's a rabbit, and his name was Harvey. Okay. I told you this is going to be wild. No editing, just one take.
Okay, so I gotta be owned in.
Maybe a little editing.
So much.
We'll see. Okay, so the name of this episode is the Pop Culture Junk Drawer. Do you ever have that drawer? It was, for me, it was my family. It was always in the kitchen. You know the one. There's some batteries in there. Maybe a pack of gum, the screwdriver, like 3 Taco Bell sauce packets from 2017. That's today's episode.
Nice.
What's in your junk drawer? You have a junk drawer, right? Everyone has one.
So there's like Walmart bags, but then there's also batteries, and then there's like a random screwdriver in it. And I'm like, who put this here? I've been looking for this.
It's either a Phillips or a flathead, whichever one you don't use most often.
Yep.
Yeah. But that's like the show we're giving you this week. No, there's no single theme here. There's not even a through line like, oh, these stories all relate in this way. No.
I'm going to find a golden thread for the audience.
Okay, Cody vows to find a through line, the golden thread. But we do have some weird, wonderful, and wait, why is this even a news story kind of news stories?
Sweet.
Messy, random, exactly the kind of chaos we live for, right?
Not Messi, the soccer player. Two different kinds of messy.
All right, so let's dig in. We just got some stories, some pop culture stories to talk about. And the first one is about Lionel Richie. He recently came out with a memoir, as one does.
Oh, I was not made aware.
Yeah. So here's a pop culture history lesson, Cody. Lionel Richie's new memoir just dropped some wild Michael Jackson stories.
That's not shocking.
And it's not about the moonwalk or his glove or his monkey. It's about
Bubbles?
That would be the one. Bubbles. It's about his laundry.
Uh-oh. You're not supposed to air out other people's dirty laundry.
Well, apparently Lionel wishes Michael would have aired out his laundry. So Lionel in this book, I don't know if it's a whole chapter or what. I read an interview that he was talking about it. But Lionel Richie says that once Michael went solo, his life got more eccentric and chaotic, which, yeah, I think we all understand that. Quincy Jones even nicknamed Michael Smelly.
Oh, snap.
Because he said Michael would often wear the same clothes for days.
Mikey, what are you doing?
So Michael Jackson's wardrobe rotation, he had the elaborate costumes he'd wear on the stage. He would wear often in studio pajamas.
I don't blame him. They're comfy.
Or whatever was lying around at home. Even his thrown together looks were kind of like white socks with black loafers, which that's a fashion faux pas, I'm told.
YOLO.
However, loafers, you can make them iconic because they're great for the moonwalk.
Are they?
I think so, because they're slippery, right? Cody, be honest. If you invented the moonwalk, do you even need clean pants? Is that a thing we need? Or do you just he peaked so young, and it's like, I'm Michael Jackson. But Lionel would talk about, like, he'd come in the studio and his pants would smell, and he'd ask him, he's like, Mike, where did you get those pants? And he said he could, like, Michael would say he just walked into some, like, consignment store or secondhand store, and they would just give him stuff because he's Michael Jackson. Can you even imagine Michael Jackson walking into a secondhand store and the people be like, here, Mike, take these pants?
Oh, that would be great to have witnessed. I just saw an interview. Well, it's been a while, but I saw the interview with the guy that owns Levi Strauss, and he's like, "Oh, you're washing your pants way too much. You need to let those bad boys build up for 6 months or a year before you start washing them."
I believe we talked about that on a bonus episode once.
We probably did. You can go back and listen. I don't know the exact dates that the guy said. I probably did back then, but unless you are working in oil or dirt, just absolutely getting them filthy, you wearing them around your house and to your job site, nothing.
Yeah. I'm sure even by Levi Strauss standards, I was not washing my jeans enough in high school, for sure. So Lionel Richie talks about this friendship he had with Michael Jackson, and Michael would just show up to his house. And he said sometimes the jeans were falling off or too short. He wouldn't even care about what sizes he got. He would just grab things.
I've been there before, Mikey.
And yes, sometimes they were smelly. And Lionel would tell him to go back and get some that actually fit. And Michael would be just kind of laugh it off. But I guess Lionel Richie and Quincy Jones would just tease him all the time.
Bullying is not cool, Lionel.
He said it was good natured, but yeah, the people doing the teasing often say that, don't they?
They do. And I have seen your music videos, buddy. They're not up to snuff compared to Michael Jackson.
Listen, there will not be any dancing on the ceiling slander on this podcast.
I was thinking more, hello, is it me you're looking for?
What a great song.
Although the music video, he's an art instructor and the lady's blind, and then she sculpts him, and then he's interviewed about it later, and he's like, that bust looked nothing like me. She's blind, Lionel.
Imagine a young Dave having his first or second crush on a girl and thinking of that song when he saw the girl. Hello, is it me you're looking for? As it turns out, it wasn't me. She was looking for. Young Dave. Young Dave fell in love so easy. Cody, imagine being so famous that you just walk in a store and they start handing you stuff.
That bothers me. All these independently famous, wealthy people get all the free things. And then you have people that are impoverished that don't get things, or people that are lower middle class struggling to make it, and it's you can throw a free pair of pants my direction, I will accept it. The
Academy Awards give away those bags,
yes,
that are worth thousands of dollars of stuff in it,
ridiculous
to millionaires. But I always think man, if I could just get into the Academy Awards. We went to a Royals game a couple weeks back, and they were doing one of the bobblehead giveaways.
Ooh, nice.
And as soon as the game's over, you got dudes canvassing the stands, picking up bobbleheads that people left, because there's only a limited amount of them, right? They only give you one when you walk in the door. But I saw guys leaving with handfuls because some people just left them there.
Rookie mistake.
That's what I do at the Academy Awards. I'd be oh, the entire cast of that movie just won the Academy Awards. They went backstage and they left their swag bags. Guess I'll just take Angelina Jolie's swag bag. Would that be wrong?
Avengers Doomsday Cast.
When they win their Best Picture Oscar. Yeah, right. Lionel Richie. Bob Richie is Kid Rock.
No relation.
It's a Freudian slip right there, man. He's like, does that mean my subconscious needs a Lionel Richie Kid Rock collab?
No one needs that.
Everyone needs that. So Lionel Richie and Michael Jackson were friends, if you didn't know this. They were kind of like friends from a very young age. They are kind of the people who were behind the We Are the World song. Richie had been inspired by Bob Geldof's Do They Know It's Christmas, which was like the British version.
It's quite charming.
It's a very underappreciated Christmas song, in my opinion. But they wanted to do like this American counterpart to it. And Lionel believed black artists should lead that project because it was the company was USA for Africa. It was to feed mainly Ethiopia at the time.
Yes.
People were starving there. And he partnered with Michael and Quincy Jones to do this thing. And of course they had Tina Turner and Willie Nelson and Bob Dylan and Cyndi Lauper. Did you ever,
and Huey Lewis.
And Huey Lewis. Did you watch a documentary on that? It's a great documentary.
Although I do like the short clip that they take from the music video, and like Cyndi Lauper and Huey Lewis is singing on either side of Mike, and you can tell he's just over it.
He gives incredible side eye.
Yes.
When Cyndi Lauper starts singing, and Cyndi Lauper definitely had a unique style, but she has pipes. Like, she can sing.
She can, but maybe that was not the moment to do your whoa, whoa, whoas. Especially next to the king of pop.
She is Cyndi Lauper, and she will do the whoa, whoa, whoas. And if you don't like it, then you can go speak to Captain Lou Albano.
Rest in peace?
Yeah. Well, because she was like at WrestleMania 1.
Yeah,
she did the celebrity wrestling thing before anybody.
And if you watch the music video for The Goonies Are Good Enough, you see a ton of wrestlers.
Including Captain Lou Albano.
Yes.
Yeah. Anyways, that song raised $80 million, which by today's standard would be like almost $250 million.
Oh, nice.
For famine relief back then. And the song was even sung at Michael Jackson's funeral in 2009.
That's interesting.
I just bring that up because I was thinking, like, do you think we could even do that today? Do you think like someone could do that with today's pop stars? Or I don't even know. Like Taylor Swift would want to own the rights to it.
No. Now, I will say it is done by modern artists all the time, like trying to do some humanitarian project but
not with that much
collaboration.
So yeah, little bit of Michael Jackson news. Do you think
which is weird that it's taken up a section of Lionel's memoir? We're talking about Smelly.
Yeah. So listeners, next time someone teases you about your questionable laundry habits, just say, hey, Michael Jackson made global fashion out of black loafers and smelly jeans. I'm just behind my time. Or ahead of it. I guess everything cycles back eventually.
It's retro.
All right. Let's talk about Bad Bunny, I guess.
Yeah! Woo! Bad Bunny.
Let's talk about the Super Bowl halftime show.
I hope he sings Booker T.
Is that a song?
It is. He's a huge wrestling fan.
Yeah, well, so I'm aware of that. That's great. Bad Bunny, if you don't know, real name Benito Antonio Martinez Ocasio.
Oh, well, that is just delightful. I don't know why he doesn't go by that.
Yeah, he's got 4 names. That's cool.
It is.
I love it when it's like the Latin names sound so cool.
They do.
Makes me want to have 4 names, but then my name would be like David Andrew Jingleheimer Schmidt or something stupid. I'll be like, nope. He's from Puerto Rico.
See,
It says here his genres
plural,
are Latin trap, reggaeton, and Latin pop. Now, what is the difference between reggaeton and reggae?
That's a question for a reggaeton expert.
Well, I am not him.
He did a great job in Bullet Train, by the way.
He was also great in Happy Gilmore too.
Yep.
He was he had some of the funnier parts of the movie.
I'm here for all the Bad Bunny.
I'm a fan, especially of his acting. I can't honestly say I've heard much of his music, but first let me finish the bio here. He's a 3-time Grammy Award winner.
Way to go, Bad Bunny.
So that's not nothing. He's the leading nominee at the upcoming Latin Grammy Awards. He's formerly the most streamed artist globally on Spotify for 3 consecutive years. That he did that. His recent album, Debí Tirar Más Fotos, which came out in January of this year, debuted at number 1 on the Billboard 200 and became the highest charting Spanish language album in Billboard 200 history.
Impressive.
So Bad Bunny's kind of renowned for blending reggaeton with other genres. He challenges traditional norms, and he advocates for a lot of social and political causes, especially concerning his Puerto Rican identity.
Yes.
So why are we talking about Bad Bunny? Well, because on September 28th, during the Green Bay Packer-Dallas Cowboy games, the NFL, Apple Music, and Rock Nation announced that Bad Bunny would headline the Super Bowl 60. Man, is it 60 already?
It is.
Whew. Super Bowl 60 halftime show on February 28th at Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara, California. And that marks a significant milestone as Bad Bunny becomes the first solo Latin artist to headline the Super Bowl halftime show, following his previous appearance in 2020 alongside Shakira and Jennifer Lopez. So
I was going to say J-Lo and Shakira.
They co-headlined. Yeah, so that's why he's the first one to do it solo. Although there will most certainly be many guest stars.
There usually is.
Yeah.
Think about like his accolade of like being the highest charting top 200 Billboard artist, Latino heritage, when you have like Gloria Estefan and Shakira and J-Lo, all these big names.
Ricky Martin.
Ricky.
She bang.
How could I forget Ricky?
We don't forget Ricky Martin on this pod.
Enrique Iglesias is actually from Spain. So
you be my hero, baby.
But yeah, I mean, Bad Bunny, that's an accomplishment.
Yeah.
Team Bad Bunny.
Okay, so listen. He said, what I'm feeling goes beyond myself. It's for those who came before me and ran countless yards so I could come in and score the touchdown. Look, he's using football metaphors. That's great. This is for my people, my culture, and our history. And then he said, Ve y dile a tu abuela que cerramos el halftime show del Super Bowl, which I got nothing. Our Spanish-speaking audience, you understood that. I did not. But he did reference his grandmother.
I was going to say,
I know
abuela.
that. So I'm assuming he's thanking it's for his grandma who loved the Super Bowl, maybe? I don't know.
This was kind of a big deal because he was not doing any North America tour stops.
Yeah. So let's be clear on what the Super Bowl halftime show is for, because there were rumors that the NFL was chasing Taylor Swift for the halftime show.
Eat your heart out, NFL.
Well, right, exactly. And the hang up, the rumors are on why that didn't work was, I made a joke about it a few minutes ago, that Taylor Swift wanted to own the footage of the halftime show, which she's freaking Taylor Swift. That's generally why you don't get the biggest pop stars in the world currently on the Super Bowl halftime show. It's usually people past their prime or up and comers, right?
Primarily.
Because up and comers will use it as exposure. And so Bad Bunny, I mean, can you even call him an up and comer? I mean, that list of accolades was pretty long.
I think, especially in our neck of the woods, he's not a known commodity. Coast, you betcha. So I think that this will definitely be an arrival statement for him and other Latin stars for maybe more rural parts of America. But he's definitely not an up-and-comer.
Yeah. So here in Kansas, or the Great Plains area, the far west, Midwest, whatever you want to call it, we have a lot of Latin people, but they're of the Mexican variety. Whereas if you're on the East Coast, especially, you get a lot more Puerto Rican. But we're not, that's why we may not be too familiar with Bad Bunny as they are on the coast, like you said.
Watch more WWE, kids.
So we don't talk a lot about Super Bowl halftime shows. So you might be thinking, well, Dave, why is this a big news story? Well, because as we do, the discourse after the fact, after the announcement, got sideways quick. Many fans and artists have celebrated Bad Bunny's selection, by the way. Jay-Z through Rock Nation praised Bad Bunny's impact on Puerto Rican culture, saying what Bad Bunny has done and continues to do for Puerto Rico is truly inspiring. We're honored to have him on the world's biggest stage. And other folks spoke out too. California Governor Gavin Newsom spoke out because it's in his state, but also because the became political. So of course he's going to say something. There was a lot of how do I even describe this? What do you even call Megyn Kelly?
Megyn Kelly, that's what I call her.
Listen, I would describe my worldview as a conservative leaning moderate. I have somewhat conservative values. I didn't used to think that this was a shocking thing to say, but I think sometimes it is nowadays. Megyn Kelly's a dork.
Whoa.
Like, these people who are on TV or are influencers in any way and have these platforms, even Charlie Kirk to some extent, who obviously we've been talking about nonstop, seems like, for the last 3 weeks. They're influencers first and foremost. The definition of being an influencer and being successful at it means you have to say something at least slightly exaggerated to really exaggerated for it to make a noise. Because if you say something grounded and balanced in a forest of chaos, does anyone hear it?
No. And so Megyn Kelly is one of these people. So some of these conservative outlets start saying things. Megyn Kelly criticized a choice, labeling it, quote, a middle finger to MAGA and conservatives. Why?
That's my question. I'm just sitting here like, why, Megyn? Tell me why. I don't understand. Like, look, I haven't cared about the Super Bowl halftime show since Prince performed it. Everyone they've had, I just don't care. Like, Bad Bunny is just another in a long line of people I don't really listen to.
I will be listening.
I'm at least intrigued by him because I liked him in these movies.
Yeah, I guess you could have got Kid Rock.
Texas Attorney General Ken Paxton, politician, so he's right in that. He's in the same game. Politicians, influencers, same game. Ken Paxton objected to the selection on patriotic grounds.
What?
Yeah, I don't even know what that means. Dude, he's Puerto Rican. He's American.
Yes.
By the way, we should have made Puerto Rico a state a long time ago. What are we even doing?
That's a whole nother discussion.
Like, if they wanted to be in, we should have let them in. Now they probably don't want it. Anyways, there was several of these conservative talking heads that said something. And then, so I'm going to outline what I saw next. So I go on like Threads. Threads skews really liberal. Not as liberal as Blue Sky as far as social networks. But what you need to understand about the social networks is they are echo chambers for certain segments of society. You are not getting a complete balanced view on any of these social media sites. So I will go on Threads and everybody's talking about, oh, these conservatives are so racist and they don't want Bad Bunny and they're going crazy about Bad Bunny. Meanwhile, if you go on Facebook, and we live in a conservative area, in a conservative state, in the most conservative part of that state, and we're in the church, Nobody's talking about that. Most people around here, like, if I went and said, what do you think about Bad Bunny at the Super Bowl? They'd be like, I don't know who that is. And I didn't know anything about it. I guess what I'm saying is, Cody, this is all stupid. Nobody really cares, but we get on these social media platforms and we see all this and we think they care. In our head, they care. Liberal people on Threads think all conservatives care. Everybody with a conservative worldview. And most people are just getting through their days.
Trying to.
Not caring about Bad Bunny. Not us, because we love Bad Bunny.
We do.
I've never listened to one song, but I love it.
I've listened to Booker T.
You mentioned that.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Listen, the backlash, there is some vocal backlash, but it's essential to consider some things. Online platforms, listeners, often amplify the extreme opinions. They're the ones that get likes. They're the ones that get shared. And it may not represent the majority view because the majority is silent. And so the next thing is like conservative folks who react, not everything is DEI.
No.
Okay? Representation is good. I don't know what the percentage of Puerto Rican folks is in the American pool, but if it's 1%, well, we're 60 Super Bowls in. We probably ought to get one in there before we get to 100. What's the problem? I don't understand. Cultural representation of this big melting pot called America is a good thing. We used to be proud of that, Cody. You probably don't remember this, not being an 80s kid like me.
I was an 80s kid.
Neil Diamond had a song called America. It came out with this movie, The Jazz Singer. It was all about an immigrant. It was just this song about they coming to America. That was the chorus. They coming to America. And that was the song we jammed to. We were proud of that. My family, the Rimbolts, my great-great-great-great-grandfather brought the Rimbolts here in the late 1800s. So my family immigrated here. Like, I just don't understand where this is turning. And I think most people are like us, Cody. I think we're getting lied to. I think there are some people who are getting scared into thinking something else. But in and of itself, immigration's good for us. That's where our strength came from.
This is true. Also, we're 60 Super Bowls in, and this is our first reggaeton artist. I like to think Snow was a reggaeton artist, and we missed the boat on that one.
I just want to hear him so I can figure out what reggaeton is.
Exactly.
Anyways, media outlets focus on controversy as well to drive engagement. They politically skew public perception. And in reality, many fans are excited about the performance. Most people probably are neutral.
And I doubt that the San Francisco Bay Area crowd is going to be all up in arms that they are getting Bad Bunny.
Yeah.
I think that music selection will work.
Yes, I do too. The discourse online, bottom line, may not accurately reflect the general sentiment. Although some of my Christian brothers and sisters are going to be like, I don't know when Dave turned into Phil Vischer. Like, I don't know when he went all VeggieTales on us, getting all political. I'm not political, not at all. I just don't get it. I don't understand.
Just like Lionel Richie in Michael Jackson's pants.
I think what we need is who was it that sang Ebony and Ivory? Back in was that the late 70s?
Paul McCartney? And Stevie Wonder?
Yeah, Paul McCartney and Stevie Wonder. Oh, great stuff, man. They made fun of it on Saturday Night Live where Joe Piscopo was Paul McCartney. But yeah, it was Ebony and Ivory go together in perfect harmony.
Well, you did get two good harmonizers for that.
Yeah, it was good stuff. Anyways, I'm kind of pumped for Bad Bunny Super Bowl just because I don't know him that well. I'll be interested in that. I'll be much more interested in that than seeing I've seen a lot of people be like, they should put Metallica in there. But like,
Oh, no, thank you.
I'm done with Metallica, man.
I've been done with them since like 2003.
Yeah, when they messed up Napster, I'm like, you just go on out of here.
Get!
Lars, I don't want to see you. I'm mad at you, Lars. All right. Next up in our pop culture grab bag, Cody, one of my all-time favorites making a comeback, Reading Rainbow.
Yeah.
It's in a book. It's Reading Rainbow. Cody, do you remember this show?
You betcha.
Yeah.
And whenever there was a substitute in grade school, we would watch old Reading Rainbow episodes.
Reading Rainbow, Electric Company, Sesame Street, of course. Mr. Rogers. That was like the PBS lineup, man, back in the day. And Reading Rainbow first aired in 1983, became a cornerstone of educational children's programming, running until 2006. I didn't know it lasted that long.
It did.
Was hosted by LeVar Burton.
Of Star Trek fame. Or Roots.
Yeah. Dude.
Or a bunch of other things.
Yeah, LeVar Burton is quietly like one of the quietest 80s, 90s icons ever. He's in Roots, which is a super important miniseries, like 1980, 81, I think. Then he's like raising children to love to read in Reading Rainbow. And then he's Geordie LaForge. He's the chief engineer of the Enterprise on The Next Generation.
He's doing it all.
Oh, man, LeVar Burton. I just didn't know how big LeVar Burton was, how big he really was until now. Now he gets all the love, and he should.
Best cameo ever in Community.
Yeah, that was a hilarious episode. The show inspired generations to embrace reading. It earned 26 Emmy Awards. 26.
It should have had 30.
A profound impact, fostering a love for books and learning among young viewers. LeVar Burton wasn't just a host. He inspired generations to love reading, Cody. And honestly, few shows have earned the kind of reverence that it does in pop culture. What do you remember about Reading Rainbow other than watching it in elementary school?
A, amazing song.
Oh, incredible.
B, LeVar had a great voice. He was very calming. C,
He does.
them reading and discussing books sometimes made me not want to read the book because I'm like, well, I already heard about it. And D, I pushed myself to read because of Reading Rainbow and the Book It Club.
Book It. That was another big 80s standard, 90s standard.
You betcha.
For getting kids to read.
I need my personal pan pizza now.
I'm just imagining like a 7th grade, 8th grade Cody being like, yo, teach. I don't have to read that. LeVar Burton already explained that book to me. I've got it all right here in the ticker. What is it about that show that sticks in people's memories so powerfully? Because I mentioned Electric Company. Electric Company, I remember it, but it doesn't. This is like up there with Mr. Rogers. It has a place in our brains.
So Sesame Street and Reading Rainbow were the two PBS shows I watched as a little kid. And the Bob Ross painting show.
Oh, yeah.
But
Happy Little Trees, Cody.
yes, I think the duration of it lasting so long and having an iconic host, having an iconic song, and being in the time frame of the younger Gen X, older millennials that really latch on to their fond childhood memories and nostalgia definitely helps.
Yeah, it's a wonderful thing. So that's why when the news came out today, as a matter of fact, or was it yesterday?
Yesterday.
As we're recording this, that Reading Rainbow is coming back, premiering on October 4th, 2025. The revival will be hosted by a guy named Michael Threets, who is an online presence known as Michael the Librarian. He's a former librarian, literacy advocate, gained popularity through his engaging social media presence, promoting library joy.
Someone needs to.
and encouraging children to explore the world of books. He now serves as PBS's resident librarian. This is what I think this is genius. The new series will be available on Kidzuko, which is a children's YouTube channel.
Oh.
4 episodes released weekly, so 4 episodes per week. Each episode will feature celebrity guest appearances, including John Legend, Chrissy Teigen, Gabrielle Union, Jamie Chung, among others. The show aims to inspire a new generation of readers through interactive storytelling and creative projects. So 4 episodes released weekly on this YouTube channel for kids. I think that's genius.
So, will YouTube send money to PBS?
I don't know. That's a good question.
Based on the amount of views? Because if they do, then I can support my local PBS finally.
Yeah, I don't know how all that will work. I just think it's very cool to put this on YouTube where a lot of kids are. And on a kids YouTube channel where they can access it from the kids YouTube, app. Michael Threets, this former librarian, social media literacy guy. First of all, I didn't know who it was, but I was reading about him, preparing for this. And
someone needed to.
He loves reading Rainbow. Like, he really loved the old show. Huge LeVar Burton fan. He said this. He said, I was raised on reading Rainbow. LeVar Burton is my hero. And he acknowledged the legacy of the original. And he said, if you're upset because I'm not LeVar Burton, get behind me. I'm at the front of that line.
Well, at least he's honest.
Wait, so you have a guy who's passionate and he's humble, which is that's just a great combination right off the bat for kids. It says his approach will combine enthusiasm with authenticity, aiming to make reading accessible and enjoyable for children. Do you think that he can capture the magic that LeVar Burton created? Or will it feel totally different? And would that be a good thing?
I was going to say, I don't know if he needs to.
Yeah.
I think that today's generation of kids operate and focus on things differently than my generation did. I didn't have a gaming console until I was in grade school and didn't have the remote control to control the TV, and there was no computers in my house. Even when I did get a gaming console, I could only play for like 30 minutes and had to go outside for 2 hours. So, yes, things have shifted, but if he can drive a new generation to be passionate about stories and about reading, then bully for him.
Yeah, he's got a much harder job than LeVar did. That's a totally different time. I am glad they're putting out 4 per week, because one half an hour per week, I mean, hey, that used to be a big deal when your Dukes of Hazzard would come on once a week, and that was 60 minutes. But this isn't that time anymore. And now when kids can stream whatever they want whenever they want it, you need more than a half an hour of content per week to keep them engaged if you want to fight for their awareness level.
The only question I really have around this is, are you bringing back the iconic song?
Oh, man, I hope so. I hope so. They got to, right? Jazz it up a little bit.
I don't even know if you touch it.
Cody's like, don't you touch my song. This is not just nostalgia. This is a reminder that literacy still matters. We need to read. Less kids read now more than ever.
And also, it's a good time to support your local PBS.
Absolutely. All right. So Reading Rainbow returns. It's going to honor the legacy, embracing new hosts, digital format, and continuing to remind us that reading is for everyone. Let's move on to the next thing making all the headlines. Cody, do you know who Tilly Norwood is?
Old Tilly?
Yeah, Tilly. Are you familiar?
No, I am not. At least I don't think I am.
Tilly is an actress.
Okay.
Who is completely AI generated.
Oh, yeah, I saw this.
Yeah.
I almost threw something.
You made you angry, did it?
It did.
She was unveiled at an industry event and on social channels with some staged clips, some show reels, some red carpet scenes, some mock trailers, and a sketch called AI Commissioner. The videos were assembled from multiple AI tools and designed to look like a convincing actor real. Now, she looks and moves like a human on screen, but every frame was synthetic, Cody. Her face, gesture, speech, all generated and stitched together with AI.
Makes me sick.
I can see we're going to have a pretty balanced discussion on this. She's already got an Instagram with tens of thousands of followers already. Why did I say she? It's an it.
Who is following? I had multiple qualms.
If someone asks, well, okay, let's go through your list of qualms. Go ahead.
My first qualm, we've had all these actors and actresses complaining about having acting jobs and representation, and now we're just completely axing potential positions. That's bothersome. B, it looks like a young girl, and that's weird.
What do they make her out to look like? Like 18?
I would venture younger.
Even younger, maybe?
That, like, kind of a middle school age, early high school age person. And it's like, okay, but why is your first prototype star that you are uplifting someone that looks like this?
Yeah.
Instead of like, oh, we can have a full-grown adult, or we can have someone's great-grandpa acting out on the silver screen.
Yeah, why couldn't you, oh, well, we created this AI aging actor because maybe aging actors don't want to work as much. I don't know.
Exactly.
This project comes from Particle 6, which is a London-based production outfit, and it's AI talent arm. AI talent arm. They have an AI talent arm, Cody.
Cut it off. Just cut it off.
Digital celebrity concept. Now, the Dutch actor producer, who's the public face of this, Ellen van der Velden, she's like the head designer. She's framed Tilly as a form of creative expression and said she isn't intended to literally replace humans. Well, okay, that may not be your intention.
I have seen Terminator.
The studio touts the cost efficiencies and new production possibilities. Well, yeah. So again, it may not be your intention to replace real actors.
But you are.
But yeah, where does this go? Who do you think's really doing this? Do you think this AI company just set out to do this on their own? Or are they being funded by the industry, like by movie companies?
Big
movie.
Big movie. It's at it again.
I do love a good conspiracy. So in my head, I thought, oh, this is Bob Iger somewhere at Disney twiddling his mustache going,
or is it Walt Disney himself?
His cryogenically frozen head.
Yes.
But it could be because I have a hard time thinking, oh, I'm gonna start a tech startup, and we're gonna work in AI, and we're gonna make a AI actress celebrity. For what? To what end?
So I did go to a therapist convention last week, and one of the booths that was there was an AI company. But what they do is they record your session, upload it to the cloud, they transcribe it, and then alter it to that you have prompts if you need certain phrases to be in it. And then they generate the note, and once you lock it, it deletes all the transcripts and all the recordings. But the guy that was representing this company, he said that I was looking for an AI startup company to work for because this is just a budding industry. And so I could see someone trying to be like, hey, I wonder if we can make AI actors or actresses that look real, that have only 5 fingers instead of 6, and that they randomly disappear in and out of their hand, make it look believable, and maybe we could get hired for commercials or something. but then some big studio is going to swoop in, pay them to buy their company, and then boom, all these Disney live action stuff that already had CGI galore, now they're going to have AI.
Yeah, I don't want to watch an AI movie. I don't want to watch it. The whole thing's kind of odd. It'll take the same path as the internet, though. When the internet was first starting and everybody was like, oh, it's the information superhighway, it's going to make us the smartest humans that ever lived. Well, they didn't understand like what humans do when they get a hold of it. And they understand like you could do something altruistic and great for the human species with it. But 98% of people are just going to try and get rich and fill it with terrible things we don't need.
And the consumers are just lazy. They're not going to actually use it for intellectual pursuits.
No, I will. I'm very intellectual. Everyone is saying it, Cody. Okay, so what does this mean for the industry? Short answer, it's crystallizing the debate that had already been rolling through Hollywood. Here are the main things the main sides in all this. So you have the labor and the unions. They're obviously taking this as a threat.
Me too.
They're major unions. Performers are alarmed. We heard from a lot of them in the last couple days, including SAG-AFTRA, whose president is now Sean Astin.
I'm waiting for my friend Tomas Cruz to release a statement.
I bet he hates it.
I bet so too, because he does his own stunts.
Many actors publicly condemned the Tilly ideas, undermining performers' rights and livelihoods, raised issues about training data and consent. That reaction has been loud and immediate. There's legal and ethical questions, permissions, training data. So the AI has to be trained on other actors' footage that's already out there. Oh. Much like AI art uses other artists.
Tilly could become the next Scarlett Johansson.
Producers, then there's the creative and economic upside. They view it as opportunity, obviously. The producers are pitching the benefits: faster shoots, cheaper VFX, new storytelling forms. So if you have an AI that thinks for itself, you think of the future obviously holds really random choose your own adventure style movies you could watch where it's different for everybody. Then there's public perception, audiences, critics. They're kind of divided. Some people find the footage unsettling. Others are fascinated with it.
I'm creeped out.
Is this the beginning of the end for human actors, Cody, or is it just the newest version of CGI, motion capture, the newest technology that will catch on in some little way, but not overrun the industry?
I think with the unions that it's not going to have a huge stronghold or a huge impact immediately. Maybe down the road we see studios finally be like, no, we're done. Yeah. We're just done.
Yeah.
And then you might also see actors, big name actors, be like, okay, you can map my body and my vocal patterns and you can use them. And you'll have Sylvester Stallone acting in a movie 50 years from now.
Hey, yo, you want to see my hologram? Be skeptical of the hype. I think that's what I would say. A single synthetic actress is provocative, but replacement is not inevitable. You've got unions, laws, and the audience taste does matter. There's some audience people in the audience, probably majority, that won't want anything to do with it because they know it won't be real. I thought we would end up by talking about some of the things coming out this month in October. Movies and a few streaming things.
Peacemaker.
Okay. Do you want to talk about Peacemaker? I'm up to date on Peacemaker. No spoilers. We won't say any spoilers. I will say I'm enjoying Peacemaker season 2 a little more than season 1. I think it's better. Season 1, it didn't feel like the story really crystallized until about midway through for me. Whereas this one kind of from the beginning had kind of an engine that was moving.
And John Cena has improved his acting chops.
John Cena's great. I will say, I don't think it's just This kind of show is just not my particular cup of tea, and that's okay. If you enjoy it, that's okay. For me,
it's because you don't like Tim Meadows.
Well, I love Tim Meadows, actually. He's hilarious. The end credit scenes are funny every dang time. I laugh uncontrollably at every end credit scene, and I'm like, why wasn't that in the show? That's hilarious. I love that. But I think my issue with it is just that I'm not into like the absurdist, vulgar comedy take of superheroes. I think I want, like, if you're going to go comedy, I want it to be lighter, which, like, look, I didn't like Thor Love and Thunder. That was absurdist. It was absurdist comedy. It wasn't vulgar like Peacemaker can be, but Peacemaker's on HBO. It's rated mature.
And, like, Peacemaker's not beloved IP.
No.
Honestly, 95% of comic book people probably did not know about Peacemaker.
Like, if it was Lobo, like if they were doing a TV mature Lobo series on HBO, would I be a little bit more into it? Maybe, because Lobo was a big character when I was growing up and Peacemaker wasn't. But all that being said, I think the story's really good. It's just not my thing. But like you said, John Cena's great in it. He's great. In fact, all the actors are so good in it. At times I ask myself, why am I not enjoying this more? The guy who plays John Economos is hilarious. I like that guy and everything he's ever been in.
New Girl.
Yeah, he was great in New Girl.
Superstore.
Yeah, just he really funny. But at the end of the day, I do think there's some things about James Gunn's style that when it goes the adult route, the vulgar route, that I'm just not into as much. I think his humor just works better for me in like this kind of cutesy, palatable way.
You were a fan of the Scooby-Doos.
Yeah. Why not? And Guardians of the Galaxy. I loved the Guardians of the Galaxy trilogy.
Yeah.
But you're really enjoying Peacemaker.
Oh, love Peacemaker. I have 3 Peacemaker Funkos.
There you go. I have an Eagly.
I have the Eagly that has the fluff.
Flocked. He's flocked.
Yes, and then I have Eagly hugging Peacemaker.
Oh, that's awesome.
But that show, I honestly think it does a good job of making this feel like a connected universe. Because there's things from Creature Commandos that is referenced, but if you didn't watch Creature Commandos, you're not lost. There's things from Superman that are incorporated into this.
Yeah,
and
several characters show up.
So you're getting to see this be actually connected. And I imagine if you don't watch Peacemaker and you watch the next project, whether that's Green Lanterns or Supergirl, you're not going to be lost.
Yeah. I do appreciate any story. Like, I just gravitate towards stories of kid who grows up not getting enough love from his parents and still looking for that love as an adult. Like, John Cena's Peacemaker is like hopelessly looking for someone to care about him. It's sort of adorable, but yeah, it's good. I don't hate it, and I'm here for it. I watch it every week when it comes out. There's a movie coming out this month called TRON Ares. Neon spectacle sci-fi returns.
Oh, I'm about to get sick again.
Big budget IMAX primed sci-fi throwback headed for theaters on October 10th. You got Jared Leto, Evan Peters, Jeff Bridges, Jodie Turner-Smith, a lot of people in this movie. Here's the synopsis it gives. A highly sophisticated program named Ares and a chain of corporate text power plays brings the franchise's grid verse back into conflict with humans and legacy characters. Think neon visuals, hacked realities, big action set pieces. And this is based on an 80s video game that really was about AI before AI was even a thing.
I was going to say, you might as well cast Tilly in this.
Yeah, I think my only thing here, Cody, is...
It's Jared Leto?
Do I want to see it because Jared Leto's in it out of some morbid curiosity? Is it Morbin time, but in an 80s video game? Do we need this? When I first saw the trailer for this, I was like, Tron? Really? We didn't even like Tron in the 80s. Yeah, what confuses me is when I watch the trailer, Cody, I see elements of the game. And I think of elements of the game that worked really well, like the light cycles. And I just think, why don't they come out with a new game? Like, why the movie? Why didn't someone just update the concept of the old Tron games into a new game?
Maybe they don't have the rights for the video game, but they have the rights for the movie.
Wonder who has the rights for Burger Time. That's one they should make into a movie. Anyways, if you're missing Neon in your life, Tron Ares coming in theaters October 10th. Make sure and bring your sunglasses so you don't get a headache.
I will let someone else watch the movie first. Tell me if it's worth watching. Is this one of the out of every 10 Jared Leto projects that's really good? I don't know.
I'm in the generation that grew up with Tron, and I don't know anybody that's going to see this movie.
I assume 9 Inch Nails?
If you're a 9 Inch Nails fan, maybe, because 9 Inch Nails doing the soundtrack, which is the most intriguing part of it, to be honest.
I'm like, I don't know how you guys got them.
Trent Reznor, maybe he's just a big Tron guy. He's Gen X. Coming at the end of the month, October 23rd on Netflix, season 2 of Nobody Wants This drops. Did you watch season 1 of Nobody Wants This?
I don't think so.
Kristen Bell and Adam Brody.
I did not watch it.
Rom-com with a woman who's secular, has a podcast. She falls in love with a rabbi. It sounds like a joke. It sounds like a joke. It sounds goofy, but it was quite charming. It was funny, and actually seems very realistic. Like the characters in this go through real relationship growing pains, which I appreciated, because so many rom-coms are so fake, Cody. You know, like two people, they fall madly in love with each other, head over heels right off the bat. Then one of them does some goofy, messed up thing. Then the third third of the movie is all about them making up for it. And it's usually by catching them at the airport.
Yes.
And then they ride off into the sunset like they're never going to have any problems or arguments again. This show is sort of the antidote for this. Created by Aaron Foster. But this season has new showrunners, which I thought was interesting. Starring Kristen Bell, as I said, Adam Brody. But then like the supporting cast really steals this show in a lot of ways. And they're not people you've heard of. They were mostly unknowns, at least to me. And they really won a lot of the first season for me because they were so good at what they were doing. Season 2 picks up where season 1 left off. You have Joanne, played by Kristen Bell, and Noah, played by Adam Brody, trying to stay together while navigating their very different worlds. Joanne has hesitance about converting, because if you marry a rabbi, if you marry someone Jewish, they want you to convert to Judaism. She's hesitant around the familial expectations and the real world pressure of whether they should have kids. She doesn't want to have kids, but these kind of conservative faith families, they're all about having kids.
I'm concerned that that's not Adrian Brody.
This is a real life question, though. Who do we prefer, Adrian or Adam? I'm an Adam Brody guy.
Oh, I'm Team Adrian.
Why? Why are you Team Adrian?
He's actually a really good actor.
He is a really good actor. I just don't feel like I can trust him after the Halle Berry thing. You stay away from Halle Berry. This season, they say, is going to mix the rom-com tone of season 1 with sharper looks at interfaith identity, family expectations, and friendship subplots. And you're getting guest starring roles in a couple episodes from Leighton Meester. Are you familiar with Leighton Meester?
She
was on
Gossip Girl.
Gossip Girl, yeah. And
the OC, The Hill, One Tree Hill.
Seth Rogen will also be guesting as another rabbi, which perfect.
Seth Rogen?
Yeah, that guy. So it's a rom-com that wants to be honest. That's what I like about it.
It feels too heavy.
Feels too heavy?
The way they described the second season, too heavy.
But relationships are heavy. Real relationships are heavy, Cody.
I already got enough heavy shows. I need something lighthearted. Shrinking 2's coming sometime soon, and Shrinking season 3 is. And so...
You just said you want lighthearted, and yet you're like, oh, I'm going to watch Shrinking now.
I already have Shrinking in my heavy feels rotation. I can't have too many heavy feels.
It says the guy who likes Art the Clown.
That's not heavy feels. That's lighthearted, Dave.
The fact that a murderous psychopathic clown doesn't feel heavy to you worries me.
It's because he basically is Buster Keaton. But if Buster Keaton had a dark edge.
That explanation makes me want to watch it now. I'm sold now because of that explanation. Speaking of psychopathic clowns, another streaming show coming out this month.
On Max?
HBO. Yep. It, Welcome to Derry.
Yeah! I'll be watching that.
Not Derry as in milk.
Yeah.
Derry is in Maine.
Because everything happens in Maine.
A prestige horror prequel, It, Welcome to Derry brings Pennywise back with the original actor.
Bill Skarsgård.
That's him. In a multi-season origin-style HBO series that will premiere late October, built as a slow burn into the clown's past, because this is all a clown. Pennywise is a clown. Cody, do you want Pennywise on a weekly cliffhanger diet, or would you rather binge the whole cosmic clown catastrophe?
I think weekly's good.
Yeah. It'll be a little different for fans of the movies.
I imagine you're going to get stories that aren't in the book, and so you're going to have some things that people be like, oh, I would not have done it that way, or wow, that was really creative. And then there's also probably stories or details from the book that will make it into the show, and people will be like, oh, they finally referenced this. Because there is some mythos that's fleshed out in the book that doesn't get fleshed out in the movies.
Yeah, it says the premise here is it's set in 1962. The first season will follow a family moving into Derry just as a boy disappears. The show will dig into the town's cursed history and Pennywise's origins, adapting interlude chapters from the original Stephen King novel and planning multiple seasons that go backward in time. So 1962, season 2 will be 1935, and season 3 will be 1908.
Literally in the It Chapter 2, the movie, you get Pennywise is like in some ancient indigenous artifacts are being painted on ancient indigenous artifacts, and so like Pennywise has been here a while.
Yeah, that's cool. So you're in for that. That's an intriguing puzzle way to do it, like a cool puzzle, not an excuse to keep milking a franchise. Like, I suppose if they're expanding on the lore that has been largely untold, I guess that's kind of cool.
I think that Stephen King fans will really love it if they do it well. So
I hope that it pays off something Stephen King said, where he said something along the lines of he didn't really understand why more of his readers didn't understand that Pennywise, the Man in Black from the Dark Tower, Randall Flagg from The Stand weren't the same entity, weren't one and the same. Which says to me, in his head, they're the same entity, which is very Satan-like sounding, very devil. So what I'm saying is I want a Skarsgård reunion in like season 4 or 5, where we get Alexander Skarsgård, Randall Flagg.
Oh, that would be good.
With Bill's Pennywise.
They should really make the Dark Tower into a series.
Oh man, should they? Wow. From your lips to Hollywood's ears, Cody.
That's what I'm here for.
That was being worked on at one point by our guy that did Midnight Mass.
Oh, yep. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he wanted to do that, I think, but I don't know. I haven't heard about it in a while, so I assume it's gotten cold.
Mike Flanagan?
That's him, Mike Flanagan. Not to be confused with Walt Flanagan's dog.
Completely different.
Yeah, Geek Scotty will get that reference. Okay, that's all I got. Did I miss anything that you think I should have talked about?
So I did find the golden thread.
Oh, okay. What's the golden thread that runs through this entire pod?
What is old is new once again.
Yeah, that works.
It does.
That
Even
works.
with the Lionel Richie smelly story. Like, it's an old story, but it's new to a whole new audience. So we're bringing it back.
All right, everybody. How did you like the pop culture junk drawer episode? Which is it's just little news things, little nostalgia things. Tell me what you thought. Fill us in on our social media posts for this. And of
If
course,
it was trash, do not tell me.
please don't. Cody can't handle that. Please go and support our social media pages. Follow us, like us, subscribe to the pod. Go to our swag shop that you can find through the social media.
Geek Store.
We've got Codyverse stickers, the first wave. There's going to be multiple waves.
Of course there will be.
And of course, coffee travel mugs right now. We're going to have more stuff. We got t-shirts in the work.
If you get a travel mug and then you buy a sticker, then you have a place to put the sticker.
That's true. There's plenty of space. The logo's on one side, you put the sticker on the other. All right, everyone, we like you guys a lot. Like Lloyd in Dumb and Dumber. I like you a lot. We'll see you next time.